Alright, fellow Vikings, welcome back. This time we're back in business. As you can see, the vehicle's back running again for the most part. It still needs brakes replaced, or say brake pads replaced. Let's see, air conditioner, creature comforts and all that, and we still need to register it. But it's running, which means I'm able to take water, or take my container from here and go get water again over at the neighbors, which is a major improvement. But really what this video is about is blessings. All right, there are so many blessings from day to day that we all receive and tend to just overlook. All right, friends, families, neighbors, everyone reaching out their hands to each other, right, whether we see it or not. Right, we could either focus on, my car wasn't working, or I have to go outside and it's really hot and I have to work and it sucks. We can either focus on the suck, or we can focus on embracing each other and looking at how we're actually helping each other. Now, the story of how we got water the other day and how this vehicle got fixed is a prime example, right? I posted a video where a small part of it explained why we're having so much trouble, like just with the basic step of getting water. And one of my neighbors saw it and stepped up, and they are fantastic people. I'm so glad I have them in my life. I'm so glad that I live in an area where neighbors are willing to just come out and give you a hug if you need it. Do whatever you need to do just because you need it, right? And without you asking them, without any of that, they're willing to come over and say, hey, let me help you. What can I do to give you a hand up? Not a handout, but a hand up. Let me help you up to my level, right? And I can't thank them enough. It's fantastic. They're willing to do that. But even more so, right? Because we've been without a vehicle now for quite a while. My dad has been walking to town to go get basic necessities, like, hey, we're running low on some food right now, and my dad would start walking to town, and the neighbor, not the neighbor, it's one of the guys who owns a farm like 5 miles that way, right? 5-8 miles, it's still a neighbor around here, but his grandson picked my dad up and said, you know what, after I'm done haying the field all day today, after I drop you off, after I'm done haying this field, then I'll come over and I'll help you out the car. So last night he came over, and this guy was fantastic, right? A few years back, he fell from a tree, 52 feet from a tree, right? The doctors told him he'll never be able to walk again, and he was out there yesterday doing something that me, my cousin, and my dad couldn't do, right? He grabbed a wrench and he took my hub off. He put my new hub on, and he did it all for free. Like, he saw us in need, and he's like, let me help you. That is beautiful. That is absolutely wonderful. And that's been happening a lot lately. Like, I've been really blessed over the last couple weeks. Not only with the neighbor coming over, and first of all, the neighbor's giving me water to begin with, all right? Then coming over and pick up my trailer and filling up my tank and bringing it back to me, right? Or this guy who doesn't even know us, who picked up my dad off the street because my dad's old and he's walking in 90-degree temperatures, all right, with high humidity, multiple miles to town, just so we could have food to eat, right? And then he comes over and he works on my car, right? Not only did that happen, we have multiple other blessings that have happened recently. I'm just going to show you a few of them, and I just have to say thank you to everyone who's been trying to bless us and been trying to help us, all right? I know most of the time I tell you guys no, and a lot of you help me anyways. Yeah, Sheldon, his son, is coming over here right now. Come here, little guy. Aw. He had to come over and say hi. We've been personalizing him. I know this is off topic, right? But we've been like loving on him and getting him real friendly and all that. He's already got a home picked out, right? That's another person. Like, okay, a buddy of ours who lives on the next hill over here, right? He's a nice old guy. He was in Vietnam. He's the oldest, most decorated Vietnam veteran in Missouri. All right, he's a great guy. Absolutely, hands down, a great guy. I love that I know this guy. He has an excavator. He digs the graves at the cemeteries and all that kind of stuff. And when there's a child that passes, he goes and he hand digs those graves, even at his age. Right? This little guy is going to his son. Right? He's gonna have a great life. They're gonna love on him and all that. And I think his mommy wants him, so I'm gonna put him down. Go on, buddy. Go on. But yeah, let's go look at some of our other blessings. Oh, that was one of them, right there, the goat. I mean, I know you guys have seen him before, but I mean, we just had that goat happen. That's a major blessing. Yeah, go eat. Okay, now I'm gonna take you over there and show you what's going on over there, which is like, you have no idea what direction that is, but let's go check it out. So, over the last couple days, we've gotten 3 beautiful girls over here, right? We were like, I've never seen goats that were put online or put for sale for so cheap, and I really have to thank my friend Doug, like, hands down. She's a milking goat, right? I don't know if you can see her. Look, right there. She's in milk right now, and he let us have her for $100. And the 2 girls were $60 each. I've never seen goats for that cheap, especially not does, right? So when he said that he'll give them to us for that much, you know, I mean, that's a blessing. You know, that is an incredible, like, that same theme, right? Like, he wants to see us thrive. We want to see him thrive. I've helped him in the past. He's helped me, you know. And our plan is, because those girls are small girls, and we have small goats as well, right? We want to have a breeding pact where we're alternating our bucks. My buck goes to him, his comes to me, and then You know, they do their thing, right? That way we have constantly new genetics coming in, and we're not going like mother and son or father and daughter or any of that. So we don't have to worry about any kind of weird things happening. I know technically you can. I would rather not, but you know, that's me. Yeah. Those girls are escape artists, so I don't know if you just watched them. They just jumped the fence to go over here and eat my my field that I planted over here. I have a second paddock right here that I planted with a whole bunch of chicken scratch. So it's got corn, it's got sunflowers, it's got barley, rye, wheat, a whole bunch of stuff just mixed in, and it's all throughout right there. Luckily they're not eating the corn, but they are going for like the bramble that's in there. Unfortunately, side effect of that is they're trampling the rye and stuff in there. Yeah. I have to go get her right now because she's trying to escape again, the big one, and she's really hard to get back. So I'm gonna go and show you something else after I'm done getting this goat. Actually, let's watch. Hey, go on, get out of there. Go on, go on. That is legitimately like the 4th time in the last 20 minutes she's tried to escape. She jumped through right here. I don't know if you've noticed in the other shot, this stuff wasn't there, like the branch and the wire and all that. That wasn't there before because I didn't need it. Right? This girl right here, her name is Solstice. Right? We got her with a name already, so her name is Solstice. She really likes to escape. She wants to go roam and go play, but she doesn't know where home is yet. So can't really allow that one yet. Like I've taken her out yesterday. You see, I got to milk her again. I milked her this morning. She's already got one that's full. The reason why she only has one full and not both of them is the baby didn't want both, like to feed off both. He just fed off one side instead of the other. So when it came time for him to start weaning and they started milking, there's only one that was still in production. But that's why with my girls I normally milk both sides, whether or not the goat is eating on there or not, and all that. And it's starting to get really bright over there. Yeah, but she's a beautiful girl. The other two, let's see if we can see them right now. Let's move over here. Yeah, okay, so there's one of them. Right, so the kind of creamish one so I've already named them. Right, I'm going with the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse kind of thing. Right, I'm a metalhead. Right, it's also biblical, so why not? Right, they're also goats, so why not? All right, we have right here, it's pestilence and war. All right, I need to get famine and death. But we have pestilence and we have war over here. The cute little girls named pestilence and war. Now war is loud. All right, so it kind of makes sense a little bit. She's right there. That's war. Yeah, she's kind of cream colored. You know, she's a little bit smaller than the other one. Pestilence, when we first got her, she had pooped herself. So, and that was yesterday. So it kind of made sense. You know, she kind of stank a little bit. But I mean, it works, right? Yeah, I wasn't expecting Solstice to just run when I started calling for her. So, I mean, that was really helpful. Because last time I had to go into the other paddock and guide her through, and I mean, that would have been a good shot for you guys. You know, you guys would be able to watch that. You know, it's real life on the homestead. But yeah, this time it was pretty easy. So I'm gonna go over there and mend that real quick so she can't really sneak underneath. I haven't had a problem with my other goats trying to get out. You know, I have wire across the top. I have, like, they see, I've trained my goats that they see the wire and, oh, that's where I stop. She doesn't go for that. She's like, oh, wire? I just gotta find a way around. But anyways, let's go on to the next thing that was bestowed upon us that has really helped us recently. So I gave you a sneak peek of this right here before. What it is, it's obviously rabbitry, but the story behind this is pretty cool, right? One of my subscribers, all right, one of you guys, all right, which I really hope he comes back by. That, like, seeing him was like it put a smile on my face to hear in person, like, someone tell me that they watch us and they really like the show and why, and you know, that's pretty cool. But when he came over, I was sick, so I wasn't the most pleasant of people, you know. A sick Viking isn't one you want to really be around. But yeah, no, he came over and I gave him the tour of the property, which happens a lot. If you stop by, I'll probably offer you to show you the property. All right, that's just gonna happen, and I have no problem doing that. I've done like 3 in a day once. You know, it's not that big of a deal, you know. But he wanted to get out of the rabbits, right? So he was like, "Hey, I have rabbit cages that I built. Do you want them?" I'm like, "Yes." These guys are amazing, right? So this is right here is our doe. I haven't named her yet. We also have a buck down here, and then a buck right here, then another buck over there inside of a cage. But the cage that he's in has to go back to the previous owner. But so the rabbits I got separately. The rabbits were from another guy who was at Cheyenne's work and was like, "Hey, do you know anyone who wants rabbits?" She's like, "I don't know. Let me talk to Richard." So she came and talked to me. I'm like, "Rabbits? How much does he want for them? What are they?" You know, he's like, "New Zealand, California cross, I think." I'm like, "That's the breed I want. Those are perfect for meat." So we got New Zealand, California crosses. Obviously, that one right there has something else in her because she's spotted and all that. It might be like an English, a little bit of English in there or something. And then, so we have a California, New Zealand down here. We have the mama right here, or it's not its mama, it's just the mother, you know, it's the doe. And then right here we have a guy who's retired, who came with him, named Bucky. All right. Then we have a black one over there, that's her son. Okay. We're not allowed to eat Bucky, all right, and I'm not going to breed her son to her because he's smaller than she is, and I want to be able to eat them. So his genetics just aren't right for us. I'm thinking about trading him and Bucky to one of our neighbors who had recently moved away, and he comes up here like once a month or so. But he's a vegan. Him and his family are completely vegan, so it'd be following the rules of no eating Bucky. Bucky's a pet, and that's how they treat him. They have a bunch of does and all that they're willing to trade. So I mean, who doesn't want more females that I can breed and then have more food, right? Especially when I'm feeding 2 males that I can't really do much with, you know. They give us their poop, which is awesome. I've used it in the garden this entire season, and my plants are doing fantastic. I'm going to do that in a future video, so stay tuned for probably next week, and I'll show you how the garden's doing. We did have some upsets, but we'll go over that next week, all right? But yeah, the guy's like, just don't eat Bucky, right? And you can have these guys for free. He even gave them to us with a transportation cage that we get to keep. Hey, there's no reason to bark. There's no one out there. Calm down. My dad's dog, she's barking again. But yeah, like we have a breeding pair of rabbits to feed us that were absolutely free to us with the cages and everything. I mean, that's incredible. Now, buddy, the guy who gave this to us, I'm not gonna say your name on here. Like I try to avoid that. But if you want to stop by, I'll give you some guineas. I have guineas that I can give you and all that if you want some of that. Or if you just want to come hang out, you know, I'm cool with that too. We've been doing fires out here every couple nights or so, right? Cooking on the fire, hanging out, you know. So come on over. And mind you, that goes for most of the subscribers out there. If you guys want to show up and hang out for a little bit, you know, drink some soda around the fire. And yes, I do actually mean soda. Like I would prefer if alcohol isn't brought on my property. But if you're gonna drink and you're an adult, you know, be safe, you know, be responsible. Make sure you have a designated driver. And I'm not gonna chastise you for it. But yeah, that's just my preference. I'd rather have a soda. Actually, I'd rather have a kombucha or probably a jug of tea. I'm not gonna lie, I drink a lot of tea. But yeah, amazing, right? Awesome. Now, there's one other thing that was recently given to us that is absolutely incredible, and you can't see it right now, but I'll show you. Okay, just bear with this because this is going to look really bad. Okay, because it's how I'm able to hold the camera right now. Hold on. Dad's getting the dogs in. Bloopers. Right. Isn't that amazing? One of my subscribers, a long time, well, longish time, she's been a pretty decent friend for quite a while, decided that I need to not have excuses for why I can't film, because holding a camera with my shoulders really sucks. Yeah, so she sent me a tripod. You know, that's fantastic. It's a heavy duty, old school tripod. So she told me the story behind this tripod, and I can't help but share it. Like, it's an awesome story, right? So what happened was, a Vietnam vet who was into photography, right, went to, I think it was Japan. I can't remember the exact country. It might have been Korea. I can't remember right now. But, and I'm pretty sure if she's watching this video, if she feels like it, she might comment below where I'm wrong, because she does that a lot. And, you know, I like the input, so I'd rather be more right than wrong. So, yeah. Yeah, but he went over there and he found this, and at the time, it was the 1960s, he picked it up for $60, you know. And at that time, that was a lot of money, you know. I'd hate to see how much it costs now, but eventually he'd given it to her, and he kept it in, like, this thing's in mint condition. Like, all the actions work, everything's smooth, everything glides properly, it has, like, all of its original pieces. It is in superb condition, right? But he gave it to her, and she sent it to me, so I can make more videos. So, I mean, we have been tremendously blessed here in the last while, between the car, the goats, the rabbits, the camera stand, and yes, I have my, I went to the Dollar Tree and I picked up a $1 selfie stick and I screwed it in top so it holds my phone. But we also have the camera that Chris and Joe sent us, so I could film at 740 or whatever, for distant shots and all that. So the first shot that you saw me pulling up with, that was with that camera. All of these talking shots were with my phone, and then the goats just hanging out, those were all, hey! Did I tell you you could take a break?
I'm not, I'm just taking a quick drink.
Get back to work!
Yeah. Need to hydrate.
Yeah, no, so he's went from a crybaby California little wuss to actually busting his butt out here. All of that hay right there, all of it, right? He got it from right over here, the side of the road. He collected it all up, brought it onto the property, stretched it out, dried it out, fluffed it, because we had quite a bit to do. And now he's getting ready for us to bale it. We're going to hand bale it and all that. I'm not going to do a video on that. All right, that is embarrassing. All right, that's hard work. But we're getting ready to bale it up, you know. He's piling it in together. Then we're going to crush it down and wrap it with some twine, you know, like an old school bale, not the new fancy square bales, because I'm sorry, I don't have that kind of technology. But I do have some twine. I do have a rake, and I do have the ability to crush it down, tie it up, and toss it inside my feed shed. So yeah, he's gone a far way from walking like an old man because he's got bare feet on, which he's got shoes on today. But I mean, there's this is for my goats. So there's rose bush in there. There's blackberries in there. That would hurt to walk on that, you know. But yeah, he's been busting his butt. He went from just being a little wuss to actually doing something. He's talking about joining the military and stuff. So, I mean, that's not on my doing, right? That he's looking around like, what's the availability? What can I do? What path do I want to take with my life? And he started talking to me about the military, and I'm like, I suggest going to the Air Force. I'm prior Army. My brother's in the Air Force, and he has it cake compared to what I had. But he also has some of the same issues that I went through as well, of course, because it's military, you know. You're gonna have that stuff go on. But yeah, he's talking about like literally making a major change in his life. So I mean, props to this guy. I mean, I've seen a lot of people come out here and feel the pain of it and focus on that pain and not look at the blessings around them and end up in a worse place than where they started. Right? There are two types of people who come out here. Right? The type who come out here and they feel the pain, and then they have to reassess their life and go back to what they're doing previously, or go back to doing something else because they couldn't do this. All right? I'm not saying that's wrong, or I'm not chastising them for that. All right? Each individual is different, right? And then there are the other people who embrace the pain a little bit and learn to love the triumphs that you get from it. And I'm not saying the first group of people didn't learn that either, but the second group are, how do I say this without being rude, right? Because this happened to some friends of mine too, and I don't want to hurt their feelings, you know, because I actually care about those people. Like they're my friends. But like the second group of people come out here and they thrive in the triumph of the small victories and learn to embrace the blessings and try everything they can to not just fixate on the negative and the painful memories and the pain that you go through. You know, it's one thing to have livestock, right? One thing to have livestock, but once it comes to the final extent of that, and it's time to slaughter, that can be difficult for a lot of people. Or hey, it was really bad going through the winter, it was super cold and all that, but now this heat, I just can't take the heat, and the bugs came out, I got bugs all over me, got bug bites and all that, and so I'm gonna go back into the city. You know, some people do that, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying this life isn't for me, all right? But seeing a city boy come out here and work his butt off like this and embrace it, like you know, full-heartedly going head first and busting his butt, you know, that's impressive. All right, that's what we should achieve, or what we should strive to achieve, is to work like that. All right, uplifting each other instead of pushing each other down. That's it for this time, you guys. Sorry for getting all preachy on you. I'm not sorry. You're here for this exact reason, because this is what I do. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys next week. See you later.